everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to be going through and decluttering all of my eyeshadow palettes, trios, quads, everything like that. So go ahead and grab a snack, get a drink or something like that because this is going to be a really long video, so buckle in. Alright, I have my two Morphe palettes in front of me, so I'll go ahead and start with those. This one is the 35W palette. And it just has a lot of really pretty warm tones in it. I'll swatch a couple for you. This like pretty kind of peachy shade. This nice orange shade. The formula on these is not 100% great. I really do like the Morphe shadows. But the palette I'm going to talk about next, I feel like it has a lot better quality in it. And I'm not really sure why, but I'm going to go ahead and pass this one on just because the next one I have, which is the 35F, I get a lot more use out of. This one I got probably a year ago, so it's still really good. I'm just going to pass it on. Alright, like I said, this one is the 35F. So you have 4 rows of all shimmer and then 1 row of matte. So I really, really like this concept of having all of the transition shades that you need and then all of the different shimmer colors that you can have. So I really love this palette. I love working with it. Let me swatch just a couple for you. This one, maybe this one, and then this one. So as you can see, these ones are super duper pigmented, very beautiful. So love this palette, gonna keep it. I highly recommend it. Morphe is really, really affordable. It's kind of become one of those like Instagram famous, YouTube famous companies, but their products are actually really good. So I highly recommend this palette. Alright, next we have this one. This is by the Balm, and Ian got this for me for my birthday last year. This is the In the Balm of Your Hand Greatest Hits Volume 1 palette. So the Balm's packaging is always super duper cute. So this is kind of like an all-in-one palette. It comes with 4 or 3 blushes, I guess, 1 bronzer, and then 4 eyeshadows, and then their Merry Luminizer highlight, which can also be used as an eyeshadow. And then it has 2 lip and cheek products. So, well, actually this one's considered just a lipstick, and then this one is a lip or cheek product. And they're both creams. And I like that they have a separate compartment for the creams so that the powders don't mix in with them. The quality of these products are so good. Although I do own the full-size Merry Luminizer, and I find that this one is not as, I guess, creamy as the actual highlight and maybe not as pigmented, but it is really still good as an eyeshadow. You can find this palette probably for around $40, which I think is a really good deal if you're just starting to test out the Balm's formula, because their blushes are amazing, their bronzer's good, their eyeshadow formula is great. The only thing I don't get use out of is this lipstick, just because I don't really go for like red glossy lips, but I do actually really like this one for the cheeks and the lips, so gonna keep this one. Alright, this is the Smashbox Double Exposure palette. I got this for Christmas a couple years ago from Ian as well. He just picked out a random palette for me. And the colors in here are really, really beautiful. So you get some more cool tones, you get some warm tones. But I don't know if you guys can see on here. You have all these bumpies, and like this, you can see kind of the darker. It's kind of like hit hard pan. So I can like dig in there and like nothing comes off. It might look like something's coming off. But yeah, it's like, for the price, these eyeshadows are not good, and like none of them are good. Maybe this brown is kind of okay, but, oh, sorry for that lighting change. The silver is really powdery, so is this yellow kind of butter color. It is just not worth the price tag, and I'm gonna get rid of it. I don't know if I just got a bad batch or what, because I know a lot of people really rave about this. It just doesn't work for me. And like this black shade, I can like dig and dig. Oh, and it looks really pigmented on my hand, but when I swatch it, it's just, I don't know, it's just kind of, it's just so-so. So I just feel like for the money that you spend on these kind of palettes, it's just not just not good. One that is really, really amazing, and sorry it's so dirty, it's this like white packaging, so it just gets super dirty. This is the Lorac Mega Pro 3 palette. So every year they come out with a Mega Pro palette. They have their normal Pro line of eyeshadow palettes, but every year around Christmas they come out with a Mega Pro. So let me show it to you. So it comes with 2 rows of all mattes, and then the bottom 2 rows are shimmer. These shades are so beautiful. So creamy, so pigmented. Let me swatch. I'll just do 2. I'll swatch this red one too. So there they are. Oh, I swatched it over the black. What an idiot. Let me use a different finger. So there they are right there. Really, really beautiful. They blend like a dream. These are some of the most blendable eyeshadows I think that you can get. And I think that if you wait for the Mega Pro palettes every year, I think this is a lot better deal. Because I think this is around $60, while their normal Pro palettes only have 1 row of mattes, 1 row of shimmers, and they run for about $50. So for $10 more, you get twice as much product. So I would say wait for one of these, because Lorac is one of those few brands that when they release a bigger palette like this, they still keep the same quality as their smaller palettes. So this is amazing. Definitely going to keep this one. Okay, this one is by Profusion. It's their Runway Glamour eyeshadow palette in the shade Blue Magic. It was $3 at Dollar General, and the colors are really pretty, but I'm just not going to get use out of it, so I'm going to pass it on. Alright, this one is also by Profusion. I got this a while back. I got it at the Dollar Tree, so this was only $1. These shimmer shades are some amazing quality for only $1. So let me just swatch. I'm just going to swatch this one because it's my favorite. Just look at this. For $1, I mean, you really can't beat that. I mean, even just $1 for that eyeshadow alone, but all of these are that same quality, so I highly recommend this if you can find it. I mean, it's probably not available anymore, so, but I do keep it because this is kind of like my palette that I keep that has my brighter colors in it if I want to use more color, because most of my other palettes don't have these bright colors in it. So love this, gonna keep it. Alright, this one I just recently got. This is by Hard Candy, and it is their, what's it called? Their Look Pro Matte Eyeshadow Pro Palette. So this comes with a couple brushes, and the brush quality, if I can get this open, the brush quality actually isn't that bad. So I think these are kind of usable, although they don't really give you a good blending shade. It has some really, really pretty colors in it, although I did notice a couple of the colors already have hard pan, like this red here, and then this like darker charcoal black. But like this row is really beautiful, and this color is pretty. And then all of these light shades, once you get them on the lid, they end up almost looking the same. But it's just a really unique palette to me that you get like the light purple, the light blue, a nice red, a darker purple, and then all these great transition shades. And it's only around $10, so I think that's a really good deal. And I'm going to keep it just to keep testing it out. Alright, this one I know I'm going to get rid of. This is the Blush Nudes palette by Maybelline. It's just total crap. I tried to make it work for so many years. Well, not years. I guess I've only had it a couple. But it's just, it doesn't work well. And they keep coming out with these palettes, and like all of them suck, and I don't understand why. So yeah, these colors are really pretty, but none of them have pigmentation except for these two right here. But it's not worth it to pay that much money just for 2 shadows that work. So I'm going to pass that one on. I'm also going to pass on this one. This is the Matte LA Colors palette. So I'll talk about it in a second, but I really, really love this palette by LA Colors. This is another one, and this one is in the shade Brown Tweed. This one is in Natural Linen, so these are more cool tone colors. I don't think that it has the same pigmentation as this one does, so I'm going to pass this one on. I guess while we're talking about it, I'll talk about these. I have this one, and then I already have this bag up because I hit pan on these. I love this so much, and it's only about $2, I think, $2 or $3. It's just so stunning. You get all of your transition shades that you would need, and this black, let me tell you. I will compare it right now to the Smashbox one. It's almost the same quality. In my opinion, it's a little bit better. My swatch wasn't very good. But you can totally build it up, and for $2 compared to $54, I mean, you can't beat it. So, love this palette. Alright, I'm going to have to quit swatching here because I'm running out of room on my arm. This is the Lorac Pro. It's like their mini palette. I think this one is like their Love, Lust, and Lace palette or something like that. It just comes with 3 shades. You get a matte cream, like a matte kind of peachy neutral shade, and then this like brown shimmery shade. It's really good. Same exact quality as that Mega Pro palette I was telling you about. This one's just really easy on the go because you have a complete look with just these 3 shades, so it's really good. Alright, this one I got for $1 at the Dollar Tree around Christmas time. This was in their Christmas section. And like I said, I mentioned that I really liked those LA Color, those matte eyeshadows, so I wanted to test this palette out because it has a few mattes, but it's just not the same quality. It's just total crap, so I'm gonna probably throw this one out. Alright, this is the e.l.f. Eye Enhancing Eyeshadow Palette. I've had this for a really long time. It's actually a pretty good palette, although all of the shades have like a little bit of glitter in them. I noticed that once I get them on the eye, the glitter, see, you can just, they're just like kind of sparsely packed in there. Once I get it on the eye, the glitter actually disappears. So that's not really the main problem with this. I just don't get a lot of use out of it anymore. And it's been well loved and it's ran its course. So I'm going to probably pass this one on. Same with this one. I've had it for a while. I got it at the Dollar Tree. It's another LA Colors eyeshadow palette. This one has a lot of blue tones, but I just don't get a lot of use out of it, so I'm going to pass it on. Now this one by Milani. Milani recently came out with like 5 or 6 different eyeshadow palettes. This one is the more blue toned one. It's in the shade Smoky Essentials. And you get like a really pretty kind of like navy royal blue right here, a nice sparkly silver, a nice kind of deeper like teal blue, and then a really nice brown transition shade, a good black, and then a nice cream. So the quality on these is really good too for drugstore, so I'm going to keep that and keep using it. This is about the only palette I have that has like blues in it, so I'm going to keep that. Alright, this palette I recently got. It's from the brand called Black Radiance, which I know is like from the same kind of sellers that sell Wet n Wild. And it was these really pretty purple shadows, and it looks really stunning in the pan, but it's just not pigmented, so it's not very good. I'm going to pass it on. Alright, this palette from Wet n Wild, this was limited edition, and it's in the shade To Indio I Go Go, and it has this really stunning like teal blue shade, but it's just kind of like chunky when I swatch it. Yeah, you can see like all the chunks, and it just has a lot of fallout to it, and it just doesn't look as pretty on the lid as it looks in the packaging, so I'm going to pass this one on too. Alright, this one is by Wet n Wild as well. It's their Walking on Eggshells palette. This is like the cult favorite palette, and it's so good. You get this really pretty like champagne pink shade, a nice brow bone highlight, and a nice shimmery brown. I know it says to use it in the crease, and you can actually use this one in the crease. I typically don't use shimmers in the crease, but this one's more like a sheen, so you can pull it off. So it's a really easy kind of look, just kind of like that Lorac palette. Actually, sometimes I'll just take these 2 palettes together, and that's like my full look. This is the Tarte Latisse palette by Tarte. It just recently came out, probably last summer. You get 6 shades in here. You get one shiny brown shade, kind of like a taupey brown. You get kind of like a muted satin purple, a deep plum, a deep brown, and then a couple of like light shades. This is great quality. I love using this. This deep plum shade is so stunning. Alright, this palette's by Profusion. Super old. Gonna get rid of it. I don't really need to talk about it. This one by LA Colors I got because I had some pretty purples, but it sucks, so I'm going to get rid of that one. This one is also by Profusion. It's their Runway Glamour eyeshadow in the shade Cafe Latte, and I actually really enjoy this one. I use this one quite a bit. So you get like a pretty coppery shade, a pretty kind of bronzy taupe shade, and then you get 3 really nice neutral shades and then like a shimmery shade. You can actually use this one as a highlight on the face too. I think this one's really good. You probably can't get it anymore though because I saw it at Dollar General like around Christmas time, so it's probably not available anymore, sadly, but I do really like it. Gonna keep that one. Moving right along here. So this one by CoverGirl is one of their trios in the shade Shimmering Sands. And it's actually very, very similar to the Wet n Wild Walking on Eggshells, except you just get one deeper brown. But the quality is not near as good, so I'm going to pass this one on. Alright, now I have a few 8-pan palettes by Wet n Wild. I have Comfort Zone, Petal Pusher, and Poster Child. I haven't even used Petal Pusher or Poster Child, so I'm going to pass those on. But this one at Comfort Zone, so good. The quality of these, you just can't beat it. And you know, it's about $5, and you even get like an interesting shade like this. And I don't know if the camera will pick it up. I might have to swatch this one for you guys. It's like a teal, but it has some like brown red shifts to it. I'm sure you can see it there. It's like when the light isn't hitting it, it looks like a maroon, and then the teal hits it. It's just so beautiful. So I highly recommend this palette. Here's just a couple more little trios from Wet n Wild. So I have the one in Freestyle Wrap, which is one of their Stay Wild like glitter ones. And I thought it would be really pretty, but the glitter is just kind of like an overspray, and it just doesn't work, so I'm going to pass it on. And then this one is in the shade I'm Getting Sunburnt. And I ordered mine online, and it kind of busted, but it's still really beautiful. You get a really like shimmery, like pretty purple shade. Sorry, some of my black got mixed into there. And then you get this stunning gold shade. Right there, you can see it. So it's a really good palette too. And then be careful of this middle shade because it's super pigmented and deep. Alright, last two in here. Man, this video is going faster than I thought it would. This is my CoverGirl True Naked Roses palette. The CoverGirl True Naked palettes are actually really good. The formula's pretty good on them, and they're about $10. Much better than the Maybelline palette that I got rid of. This one has some rosy shades, but you can see that really pretty kind of coppery shade. You only get 2 mattes in this one, but I know in their other colors of this, other shades anyway, their True Naked's like nudes palette, you get some more mattes, so. But this one I just really was drawn toward the colors, and I've gotten rid of most of my palettes that have purples in them, so I'm going to keep this one. And then this one is by e.l.f. This is their original Matte for Matte palette. I know they recently just came out with another one. This one, like, it's all matte colors, and it's super blendable, super creamy, great colors for every day. I love this one. Normally, like, I will take this palette with me, and then one palette that has mainly like shimmers in it, and I can complete any look I want with it. So super great quality for a really affordable price. So love this one. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8, 9, 10, 16. Alright, so here's the basket of eyeshadow palettes that I'm getting rid of. I'm getting rid of 16 of them, and I'm keeping 16 of them. So this was the last video of my declutter series. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up, and thank you so much for all of those who have already subscribed. And don't forget to subscribe before you leave. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.